Hi, Mr. Hogger. My name is Jason House. First off, let me thank you for contacting us here at Honda of Ocala and interest to the 2013 Honda Civic LX. I am here to give you a virtual walk-around tour of that car. First thing we're going to do, the hood lamps right here, very easily accessible. Let's walk around to the front. As I raise the hood, the one thing I want to point out first off is just as simple as the hood stabilizing bar. What we have done, we have redesigned the stabilizing bar. The hood prop actually has a locking mechanism on it. Goes in there and locks down. What that does is that gives you peace of mind. If you're underneath there, you know, putting oil in, putting water in, if you accidentally bump it, it's not going to go anywhere. That's actually locked in there until you're ready, then you just pull it out and unlock it. So that is one added feature on that. One thing I want to talk about real quickly is the halogen headlights. It has an on-off, auto on-off switch. Gives you the peace of mind if you come home late one night, forget to turn the headlights off. Within a few minutes, they're going to automatically shut themselves off. One thing I want to touch on is the ABS system, the anti-lock brake system. Basically, if you mash on your brakes real hard, it's going to keep the brakes from locking up. You're going to have control of your car. While we're talking about the brake system, I'd like to talk about the electronic brake distribution on this vehicle. What that does is that automatically senses. You know, we get a lot of rain here in Florida, and I'm sure you've hit a patch of water in the road. You start hydroplaning a little bit, hit the brakes. What this is going to do, this is automatically going to sense which wheel has the most traction, the most load on it. It's going to direct the majority of the braking to that wheel. Gives you a little bit better control, keep you from losing control of the car. One thing you notice is all the fluids are easily accessible. One thing you won't find is power steering. This is actually electric assisted power steering. Does away with the old power steering pump. It's all done electronically. That improves your gas mileage quite a bit. It's one less thing taking a drag off your engine. One thing at Honda, all Honda models have is an ACE construction. Basically what that means, we use the highest grade steel that we actually use in our Honda racing family. What that does is that gives you peace of mind. In the unfortunate happenstance that you do get in a car accident, you know you have the highest grade steel available. In addition to that, we have couple zones. What this car is designed to do on a head-on crash, heaven forbid, it's actually going to direct the impact away from and down the car instead of in towards the car. What that does in turn, it causes the engine to drop down instead of back. You don't end up with the engine in your family's lap. But that's just really briefly the engine that I wanted to go over. What I'd like to point out also is the fit and finish of the car. At Honda, we pride ourselves on quality craftsmanship that will last for years to come. The lines, there's very small tolerance on the gaps, and if I had time, I would show you all the way on the car. The gaps are the same all the way around. That's just years of dependability that's going to give you. Moving around to the tires, just like to talk about the nitrogen-filled tires. What that does is, one feature of a nitrogen-filled tire is it's denser than regular air. It's going to keep, you know, on a hot day like today, rubber expands and contracts and loses air. Nitrogen's less apt to do that. Also, one other feature this Honda the Civic LX is equipped with is a tire pressure monitoring system. What that does, that lets you know if one tire is getting a little low. You'll get a display on your dashboard. It'll tell you what tire, that you need to have it checked. Bring it into our service department. We'll take care of the nitrogen. What that does is that helps with your safety and your fuel economy. When the tire is at the right pressure, it's going to improve both of those things. One thing I'd like to point out is painted rear view side mirrors. Matches the body colors just a little, adds a little bit of sport to the car. Moving around, trunk is right here. Trunk latch is very easily and accessible. We move around to the trunk. I want to show you how much trunk space is actually in there. Quite a bit for a car of this size. You wouldn't expect a trunk that big. One other feature it has, the seat release. The back row seating will fold down, gives you expanded space in there. Comes with a rubber cargo mat. One feature that I'd like to point out is the rear view camera. We will address that when we get inside, start the car up. I'll show you how that works, but I just want to show you where it's centrally located. It's not gaudy, can't even tell it was there. Moving around to the side, I'm going to get in. That seat is all the way back. 6 foot. My knees are not touching the back of the seat. Very comfortable. You can still get two full-size adults back here. In your case, 2 car seats. You have plenty of room for that back here. While we're on the subject of the car seats, I'd like to point out one other safety feature this has. It's abbreviated latch system, specifically designed for children car seats, to make sure that the car seats are very secure. This gives you that added peace of mind when your children are back here, you know they're going to be safe. One other feature I'd like to point out is the child locking doors. Lock that down. When you know, right now, probably don't have to worry about them crawling out of their car seats a couple years. when they're out of the car seats, what that does, that gives you peace of mind that they can't inadvertently open the door while you're moving down the road. Once that's locked, the car door can only be opened up from the outside. Just another added safety feature. Mr. Hoggle, if you'd like to get in, I'll show you the rest of the car, show you a little bit of the interior. One thing I want you to listen is when you get in there and I close the door, listen to the noise canceling effect. Alright, Mr. Hoggle, you heard it just canceled out all the outdoor noise. That's one thing, just another quality craftsmanship that I wanted to point out. Just real briefly, electric windows, electric door locks, electric windows, electric mirrors. It's all right here, just pretty much standard. Moving to the steering wheel, wanted to point out one thing. Tilt steering. Also, now in addition to tilt steering, telescoping steering wheel. Just another added extra comfort as well as safety. You can get that set to your perfect spot. While we're on the subject of the steering wheel, I'd like to point out the steering wheel controls. You have your cruise right here. Over here you have the controls that control your radio, some of your display functions on the dashboard. But just below that you have the Bluetooth, your hands-free talk, your hands-free text. It just gives you that extra added safety feature while you're driving down the road. Once that's connected, the display comes up on the LCD screen. Don't have to look down at your phone. You can keep your eyes on the road. In addition, it lights, turn signals, intermittent wipers. One thing I want to touch on again, going back to the safety issue, side curtain airbags, frontal airbags, and also side airbags. Now, what's different about these airbags is they're multi-threshold airbags. What that means basically, when airbags, first generation airbags, you actually heard people getting hurt more from the airbags than the actual crash. What these airbags we have developed here at Honda is it actually senses how hard the impact was of the accident, and it'll deploy the airbags accordingly. So if it doesn't need the full force of the airbag, it regulates that. AC, radio, moving to the glove box, has plenty of storage there. Has another little cubby hole right here. Here's your 12-volt power outlet, your auxiliary power outlet for your MP3 player. You plug your MP3 player in there, play your specific song list that you would like to play. I'd like to focus on the armrest just for a minute. It is a cloth armrest, not a vinyl. It's the same fabric as the seating is. Just a little extra added comfort. Your arm doesn't stick to the vinyl on a hot day. It's a lot more just ease of comfort. As we open it up, have a USB port. Plug your electronic devices in there. Just another way you can play your music. But as you can see, there's plenty of power outlets. One thing I want to touch on as we're closing is the rear view mirror that we had talked about. As I put it into reverse, you get the LCD screen on your dashboard. It actually assists. It lines you up with a parking spot. The lines you see, that's actually corresponding to the width of the car, the width and the length of the car. This helps, you know, I don't know if you live in a neighborhood with a lot of kids, but that's just another added safety feature. You know, little Johnny's ball rolls out behind you. You can see right where he's at. You know, he may be too small for the trunk, but you know exactly where he's at. Gives you the time to react. I just wanted to show that to you really quick, and then it, you know, once you put it in drive, it goes away and it goes back to your regular LCD screen. Well, Mr. Hoggle, that's pretty much a shortened version. There's very many other features that the Civic LX has that I'd love for you to come down. You and Mrs. Hoggle come down, bring the kids, we'll take it for a test drive, and we'll see what you think. Once again, thank you for your interest in Honda of Ocala. My name's Jason House. If you need any other questions answered or anything at all, feel free to call me. Thank you very much. Have a good day.